Alright guys, I know I promised a cold weather riding video, and this is the reason why I haven't done it yet. I was going to go over gear and actually motovlog to show that you can ride 70 down the highway with the good gear on, no matter how cold it gets, pretty much. But we got ice about a week ago on the roads that didn't go away because our temperatures dropped to below freezing, and then we got snow after that. Now this is pretty odd weather for Oklahoma. I can't remember what it got down to, 11 below zero last night, actual temp. That's crazy. I've never seen it that cold down here in the 10 years I've lived down here. But here's why I'm not doing the ride. I could get my motorcycle out and ride it around the block, but it's not going to really show what I meant to show. So we're just going to kind of hold off until the streets clear up, and then I'm still going to do it. More in this video to come. I'm going to actually go back in, get set up, and kind of show you the gear that I use. Especially the helmet is one of the things that a lot of you guys that aren't from up north and ride snowmobile really know about. So that's to come here. I'm gonna go back in, get set up for that, and show you guys that. But like I said, we are right around 0 degrees right now, and it's probably around 11 o'clock in the morning. We actually were without power for about 3 hours this morning, so the house is pretty cold. We have a frozen water pipe again. Gonna try and get that thawed out again. It was frozen the other day. These houses aren't meant to be in this cold of weather. It's not like up north, they're not built the same. So that's all for now. Be back in a few. Alright guys, I'm back inside. And dogs are in my way. They have free roam in the house. But anyway, let's talk about winter gear. It's cold in Oklahoma right now. I was going to do a moto vlog riding in the cold weather with my winter gear on to show how well it worked. But as you saw from earlier, the roads are pretty much crap. It's not even fun driving on them with your car. So we're going to wait until the roads clear up to actually go riding in the cold to show the gear. But I'm going to start out with helmets. So snowmobilers have special helmets that work great on motorcycles too, that a lot of motorcycle guys probably don't even know about. So this is a modular helmet. You can flip your shield up. If you don't know what a modular helmet is, the shield can go up like a normal full face helmet, or the whole front. So it's like that. It's got a dual lens shield on it already. That the vent in the front here flows through the shield to keep the shield defrosted. The air flows through it constantly. Now, the big difference about this helmet that really helps is when you flip up the full face, you see that it has this fighter pilot mask almost inside it, which completely encapsulates your face and keeps your breath from going on the shield whatsoever. When you get a little closer here so you can see these little holes here on both sides is where your breath is going to be expelled through. So when you close the modular down, the front of the helmet down like this, those tubes actually seal into these side vents, which expels the air out the side vents. And it's kind of cool when you're riding in like 20 below zero weather, you'll have ice hanging off of here from your breath coming out. But it works really well. It's very surprising how well it works. Now the only difference, I'm going to show you this too. It's got this that flips down, that goes down into your jacket. Insulated, windproof barrier, helps keep the wind off your neck. To put it all on, this unsnaps right here. Pull it out, put your helmet on, snap it back together, put all the different parts of the mask in there so it fits comfortably and tight, and you're good. Now, they do make heated shields also, which the only place I've noticed where the heated shield is nice is if it's sleeting out. You're not generally going to be riding motorcycle in the sleet anyway. You do on snowmobiles sometimes, you get caught in it. And what the heated shield, the advantage of it is it will keep the sleet melted on your shield. Otherwise the ice builds up. You end up having to ride home with your shield open a little bit so you can see out the bottom of it. But if you have a heated shield, it keeps it thawed, and then it's just water. So it's like you're riding in the rain almost. The problem with heated shields They plug into your snowmobile or your motorcycle. They're going to have to plug into your electrical system. You're going to be pulling on your charge system, you know, drawing on the battery. If you don't have a real good charge system on your bike, or you have other things like heated grips, all that stuff draws on your charging system, puts a lot more wear on it. So I'm not going to talk about heated gear so much today because I personally don't need it. I can stay warm enough with this gear. This gear that I'm showing you is all good to 40 below zero. If you're riding when it's colder out than 40 below, you should probably get off the road. Even cars shouldn't be out in that kind of temperatures, because if something goes wrong, you're going to die quick. So anyway, that's the helmet. It's really a cool deal. Costs about the same as any other upscale helmet. You know, you can probably get one of these for, I don't know what they're going for now. I think I probably paid around $600 for this quite a few years ago. So it's nice helmet. It's actually a BRP. You can buy them at a Skidoo dealership. I know they carry them. I'm not sure if it's actually Skidoo's line, but there's other helmets like it. Okay, so we're done with the helmet. We're going to move on to another piece of clothing for your head. So your head is the main piece you need to keep warm. If you can keep your head warm, you're going to keep the rest of you pretty warm. Balaclava. Now, if that's how you say it, everyone says it differently. If you look it up, or if you say it to Google, you have to say it balaclava, and it'll bring these up. Basically, it's an open face mask, insulated. It'll cover all your face, except for your, like in these kind of helmets, they work perfect because it'll cover right around your chin. So then that fighter pilot mask fits over it. And the only thing that's really exposed are your eyes themselves. Very great thing. Tuck it down in your jacket, keeps the wind off of you. Any exposed skin is what's going to make you cold. You need to keep all your skin covered, no matter what it is. Don't want exposed skin. Let's talk about snow pants. So this is a cheaper pair of snow pants because my legs and feet generally tend to stay pretty warm. Everybody's different. You might need better ones or whatever. These are good to 40 below, they say. I've never gotten cold in them. I a lot of times won't even wear snow pants if it gets cold, unless it's got to be below 20 degrees out for me to get my winter gear out. I actually use my summer gear up until about 20 degrees. I just put the liners in and probably wear winter gloves and a balaclava. But these, they're nylon, so they're windproof. Got to keep the wind out, and they're waterproof, so they'll keep the water off you. That's two main things you need to worry about in the winter when it's cold out: water and wind. So if they do that, you're good. Now, snowmobile gear also comes in leather. You can get it in all different types with armor, all that kind of stuff. Generally, riding on the street, if you're riding normal, you don't necessarily need all the armor because snowmobile gear is so thick already with padding and everything and insulation that it takes a pretty good slide to tear through it. So it's usually pretty good. But you can get that stuff if you want. Wearing a back protector is always good because it keeps you from breaking your back and stuff. I mean, stuff like that. But that's the pants. They make all different kinds of styles. They make bib styles. They make about everything you can think of. You can get one-piece snowmobile suits too if that's what you want. The jacket, it's the same thing. It's very insulated, pretty heavy duty, very thick, very durable nylon. It's not something that's just going to shred if you hit the pavement. This is a Skidoo brand jacket, actually, BRP. So yeah, that helmet is Skidoo. Same thing as the snow pants, except this is a little spendier item. I like to stay warmer up top. You can get these in all different styles: leather, nylon. As long as it's waterproof and windproof, that's the main thing. And then obviously insulated. Generally, this jacket is too warm for me even when it's 20 degrees out. I mean, you're talking more like 0 degrees to put this jacket on, for me anyway. Like I said, everybody's different. Now, as far as boots go, I've got some snowmobile boots here. They're waterproof, they're leather, they go up over the ankle, they're insulated. My feet sweat in these and get too hot almost. I generally just wear a good pair of insulated hiking boots in the wintertime, something that has good traction on the bottom. You want kind of a softer rubber that can get traction on the ice too, like these have that, so they're good. Problem with snowmobile boots is they get really clunky. so it's hard to feel your shifter, hard to even get your foot in between the peg and the shifter. So snowmobile boots I kind of shy away from, but depending on how cold your feet get and stuff and how warm you want to be, they're an option. But like I said, insulated hiking boots work just fine for me. And like I said, as long as they've got good traction. Well, let's go on to the gloves. These are a cheaper pair of gloves. I've got a nice pair of Skidoo gloves. I couldn't find them. I need to find them, especially if I want to do my cold weather ride. But these are a good example just to show. So your inner palm is leather, and it doesn't have any insulation under it and stuff like that. It's just like a regular riding glove. So that way it doesn't bunch up on your handlebars. You still feel all your controls, stuff like that. Now the top is actually insulated, and pretty thickly insulated, with even extra insulation on the fingers here. That's so that it'll keep your hands warm, obviously, in the wind. And it's nylon on top, windproof on top. It's really good. You can seal it around your wrist really tight, and then it's got the gauntlet. Now, when you're riding in the winter, gauntlet gloves are almost a must, because you'll be able to put them on over your sleeve, cinch them down tight on your sleeves so they stay there, and keep all the wind from getting up your sleeves. Very important. Like I said, exposed skin, wind getting inside, it's all about the wind. So they're a good thing to have. Snowmobile gloves, like my other ones I've got, have a lot larger gauntlets, so they go halfway up my arm probably, and then tighten up too. So that's what you really want. Like I said, the snowmobile gear, a lot of people down here in the south don't even know what snowmobiles are. So they don't realize that we even have gear like this. But it's a lot cheaper than electric gear and a lot less hassle. Electric gear, if they plug into your bike, are going to pull on your charge system. Like I said before, we kind of talked about that. Electric gear is going to be bulkier, heavier. Electric gear has maintenance issues. If your electricity stops working, you don't have any heat anymore. This gear here is all good to like 40 below. Different for certain people, but great gear. Like I said, you're not going to be riding when it's below zero generally, unless you get caught in it. You cruiser guys that like to go out on, say, a 40-degree day, and you end up getting caught at your buddy's place longer than you thought, and the sun goes down, and all of a sudden you're in 20 to 10-degree weather maybe. This gear is perfect to throw in your saddlebags. You can throw it on, ride home, it's still enjoyable, no big deal. The other thing I want to talk about is you want your winter gear to be loose fitting. You don't want skin tight gear. You want to have that barrier in between where your body can build a little bit of heat up between the clothing and itself. That way it's almost like a little encapsulation of warm air. Wetsuits work kind of the same way. Dry suits, same way. You put them on and they have that little area where a wetsuit will fill with water, but then that water warms up from your body temperature and you're warm. A dry suit keeps you dry, it doesn't let water in, but it also has that barrier there that lets you have that buildup. So snowmobile gear kind of works the same way once you've got it all on and tightened up and fitting right. So it's a really good deal. That's about all I can think of right now. If you guys have any questions or want to know more about this stuff, go ahead and ask in the comments down below. I am going to do the moto vlog where I put my winter gear on and go out and ride for you guys and show you that I can stay warm on a long ride. I'll talk the whole time. Other than that, I think that's about it for now. Stay warm out there. Adopt, don't shop. Treat each other with kindness, because we need to get through these tough times. Thanks guys. We'll talk to you later. Alright guys, I'm back inside, and like I said, it's cold out, below zero. We were down to 14 below. Let's start this over because Loki just sniffed my balls.